Our Father. Our Father.
Our Father,
Who art in heaven.
who art in heaven,
Hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Well, if you admit her, you can run some tests on her, can't you?
Mr.
Goddamn it!
Secretary, exec-com on 1.
You can see there that she's in a hell of a lot of pain.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
On earth.
I'm sorry, Father.
On earth.
On earth,
As it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread,
And forgive us our trespasses.
and forgive us our trespasses,
As we forgive those who trespass against us.
as we forgive those who trespass against us.
Lead us not into temptation,
Lead us not into temptation,
but deliver us from evil.
but deliver us from evil.
Amen.
Amen. Go ahead.
Mr. President, I just talked with Honolulu. All the primaries were hit, and no ships were struck. Now, we did lose 2 aircraft to anti-air.
No Russian ships. We didn't hit any Russian ships.
No, but as I say, 2 pilots are down. I won't know about civilian casualties till we have the photos. Now, if the weather holds, we can send the RFs in to see just what collateral damage...
All right, Bob. Thank you. Thank you.
Pentagon sources tell CBS News that General Westmoreland has been granted even greater authority over the use of B-52s in Viet Cong-controlled areas of the South. With the recent escalation of bombing over North Vietnam, aimed at destroying the heart of the enemy's urban industrial capacity, the U.S. clearly wants to force a change in Hanoi's will to continue the war. Last year, the rate of Rolling Thunder missions flown reached 1,500 per week. Since then, the rate of sorties has doubled.
Mr. President, it appears that the airstrikes have had no effect on the enemy's war-making capability.
The attacks were not successful.
Well, while we did destroy nearly 100% of their oil storage capacity in our follow-up attacks throughout the summer, a large portion of their stock was put into barrels and dispersed in anticipation of our strikes. They've retained enough to meet ongoing requirements. Their buildup is continuing. And Westmoreland is requesting additional men.
How many?
The Program 3 forces will bring us up to 431,000 by the middle of '67.
What about the bombing?
We're looking at heavier B-52 strikes in the southern DMZ and in North Vietnam. Targets in the restricted zones.
Downtown Hanoi.
Yes, sir. And Haiphong. And in the buffer zone with China.
The good news, Mr. President, is that the naysayers are wrong. Peking and Moscow stood still, and they will very likely stand still, even with intensified activity.
Are you recommending some of these new targets for me today?
Yes, I am. You have the evaluation sheets before you. I have some photographs here. Number 72, the Van Dien truck depot.
With the one with the school up the street?
As a matter of fact, yes, the Polish Friendship School across the highway, half a mile up. Mr. President, as you may recall, in order to avoid a tax increase, we did not budget for the war beyond this fiscal year, which has cost us $20 billion, as opposed to the $12 billion projected.
We are over by $8 billion. $8 billion?
Mr. President, if you approve these new forces, constraints on domestic programs will no longer be avoidable. It's all in a memo I sent over to you today, along with some recommendations.
Joe, I want to start working on the State of the Union. You sit down with Bob and Weldon, Fowler.
Yes, Mr. President.
Must be no mention of the Great Society.
What is it you're looking for? Undersecretary of State? I'll change the title to the Holy Roman Emperor, right?
No, this is the best way I can serve your presidency. And I think Dean Rusk would feel undercut if you were to fill George Ball's job with a personal friend of yours.
I don't give a rat's ass what Russ feels. I need you in that room, Clark. I need someone like George with the ability to reason and argue. A devil's advocate.
George Ball was not playing devil's advocate. He believed every word he said.
All right. All right. Moyers wants the job. My press man. Thinks about making #2 at State. I'll all of a sudden give a shit what he thinks about Vietnam. And McNamara sends me a paper. Says we should cap the troops, level off the bombing. You know what happens if I stop bombing? Ho Chi Minh runs 5 more divisions up my ass. That's what happens. Was McNamara's program the whole thing? Now he's talking up a shitstorm with Bobby.
Well, you don't know that.
I know everything. I know who's saying what at those fancy Georgetown dinner parties. I know, because I had Hoover put a couple of boys there, too. I know.
What they say doesn't matter. You're not helpless in this situation. Your approval ratings are down. You need to go out there on the stump and sell the truth. Westmoreland is now saying that a communist military victory is impossible. You're finally winning in Vietnam.
Winning, but we're losing. We're killing them and we're losing. We're losing because this war goes on and on and on. I passed twice the number of bills FDR got through in his first 100 days. 200 in the last 2 years. There's never been an era in American history like this, yet there's so much left to do. But this war has got to end. 5 years pussyfooting about in that miserable little country. $2 billion a month. Could be feeding these people, educating these people. God damn it! Why won't that son of a bitch let me happen? Why? Why won't he lay down his arms and stop killing off his sons in the flower of their youth? Do not understand. I just do not understand.
Mr. President.
Moyers. Get me Moyers. And get me General Westmoreland on the other line.
Can I help you, Mr. President?
Get your bags packed. Call the press together. We're going to Vietnam.
Dave?
Are they ours?
I fucking hope so. Where you from, son?
Louisville, Kentucky, sir.
Kentucky?
Yes, sir.
Have you reached majority age yet, Corporal?
I was 21 last month, sir. My mom and my girl sent me a big old chocolate cake, and it came just in time, sir.
Good. Bill, get him out.
Yes, Mr. President.
Well,
Come on, guys.
they're giving me the honor, Corporal McCaffrey. I'm pinning it with this Purple Heart here. There you. You'll be home right soon. And first Tuesday in November, you got a congressional election. I want you to vote.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you be able to get to your polling place?
I don't know where it is, but I'll get a ride, sir.
All right. You sure you vote now?
Yes, sir. We're all behind you, sir. Every one of us. We won't let you down.
All right, son. Thank you.
And I won't let you down. You get everything you need. I thank you. I salute you. May the good Lord look over you and keep you safe till you come home and nail that coonskin to the wall.
Three cheers for the president!
Certainly the bombing of the North makes the war more costly and more difficult and more painful for North Vietnam. It is a harsh punishment indeed, but we are not in Vietnam to play the part of an avenging angel pouring death and destruction. We are there to assure
Kennedy,
the self-determination
McCarthy,
of South Vietnam.
haven't done a thing for this country.
Fight the war effectively,
Not a fucking thing.
as many lives as
And look at all I've done.
It should be clear by now that the bombing of the North cannot bring an end to the war in the South. And indeed, at the present time, it may well be prolonging that war. Our troops are being killed by the bullets and the mines of the South. If by ending the bombing of the North, we can bring peace to South Vietnam, we will save the lives of thousands.
I don't know why you're worried about Kennedy in a second term, because I don't think your health will survive your first term.
Where you going?
I want to be useful to you, and I would listen even as you rant and rave, but I have worked far too hard and borne far too much to watch you destroy yourself.
Gradually replacing American forces, we should consider a final settlement which allows all the major political elements of South Vietnam to participate in their choice of leadership.
The bridge is a major target, and we've never hit it. Chance of civilian deaths would be almost zero.
I say 100 to 500, possibly more.
Which is it, 500 or 0?
Mr. President, the Stennis Committee is up in arms over our holding back on these targets. Bob's testimony is coming up, and it might take some heat off him if some of these could be cleared up before his appearance.
I can take the heat without padding my resume with more bombing missions. This is a heavily defended target in a very populated area.
The photos are right here, Mr.
The
President.
photos are meaningless. The target is heavily defended. The pilots jettison their bombs when they're under attack. Now, I've been asking for 2 years why they don't come straight up the river. That way, if they dump the bombs, they go in the water and not on the people, and I still haven't got an answer.
Coming in from the Gulf involves an extra turn, with our backs to those heavy defenses.
If it is so well defended, should we risk the pilots?
Men dying is a relative thing. The effect of the air campaign is cumulative. Every blow makes the enemy stretch his resources.
Stretching is a relative thing. Mr. President, we shouldn't be bombing for punitive reasons, but there just doesn't seem any point to this anymore.
Hit the goddamn bridge. What's next?
Number 309, sir, the rail car repair shop.
Mark? Mark? Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Come to me. Come this way. Come this way. I trust now the chiefs. They're gonna drive this thing straight to hell. Rifle is to be loaded without my permission.
I'll have the commanders go down the line again.
Not one bullet, damn it!
We have the right to man!
Secretary McNamara, on behalf of the subcommittee, let me thank you for your appearance here today.
I have, from the beginning, and do today, fully support the objectives of the bombing. To interdict men and supplies and hinder the enemy's ability to wage war in the South. In this, I am 100% behind the Joint Chiefs, Admiral Sharp, General Westmoreland, and his commanders, as they are fully aware, and as the President is aware.
We are all greatly encouraged to hear that, Mr. Secretary. You are the last to testify, as you know. And the overwhelming view from General Wheeler and the others is that there has been excessive interference from your office.
If I'd be permitted to finish my statement, Senator Stennis, there are copies available outside the hearing room. Our greater objective, however, was and remains to persuade the leaders of North Vietnam that they cannot prevail. In this, we have been unsuccessful. This is due to the fact that North Vietnam can sustain its forces in the South with a mere 100 tons of supplies a day 85 of which they can acquire through corrupt elements in the South Vietnamese government. Out of 359 targets recommended by the chiefs, only 57 remain unstruck. 2 are battery plants, manufacturing a total of 600 tons a year, not enough to fill the corner of a Sears Roebuck regional warehouse.
Just a moment, Mr. Secretary.
There's a rubber plant producing 30 tires a day. The service station where I fill my car could supply the output of this facility.
Excuse my interruption.
Hitting these targets will cost us in pilots, planes, and hard cash, and they will kill more and more civilians. The military knows this. They think it's worth it. I do not.
Order! You know what he did to me up there? It's like selling your house and your son takes the buyer aside and tells him there's leaks in the basement. Now no one knows we're divided and they'll never stop. I've got to get rid of that son of a bitch.
You can't just get rid of him. The Republicans will play up the disunity. Bobby will have a field day.
Bobby's clamoring for him to resign, don't you know, to go public against me for doing what he advised.
Look, we'll find a job for McNamara where he won't be able to snipe at you. I'll help you fill his post with someone you can trust. I'll do anything I can for you, Mr. President. But we have a re-election campaign to start, and you do not have a policy to end this war.
Clark, you'll do anything you can.
They're ready for you, Mr. President.
Yep. I'll be out in a minute. Sit down, Bob. I'm sorry you found out from the Washington Post. I was sure Fowler told you, or the bank people.
Nobody told me anything, Mr. President. I mentioned to you in the spring that I've been approached by the World Bank, but I thought if you were going to nominate me, you would have said something yourself.
Doing fine work there. Humanitarian work. I know that's of interest to you.
Yes, but only if it's what you want. If I can no longer be of service.
Service? Who's been of more service to me than you? Well, you've served longer than any defense secretary in history. And look what you've had to shepherd us through. The Cuban crisis, 2 Cuban crises. Berlin, Dominican, Middle East. Hell, that's a tough enough job in peacetime. And look what you've had to deal with.
Mr. President, the point is, I don't have to leave until you want me to leave.
Bob, Joe Fowler asked me for 3 nominees. I said no, one, McNamara. There were tears in the Treasury Secretary's eyes, because he was hoping he'd be my choice. And with tears in his eyes, he said he had to submit 3 names to the bank. I said, okay, McNamara, McNamara, and McNamara. You ask him. Yeah, the bank directors vote today, but it's just a formality. Now, Bob, I've got to get over to Lady Bird's Beautification Awards. Important to her. Your wife's the same with her reading program, I know.
Yes, although with her condition, it's been difficult.
No improvements in surgery?
My son, he has them as well.
You deserve whatever you want from this government. My obligation is to help you. And this was within my power to grant you.
People have an obligation to the president, not the other way around.
May your selfless service spent in defending freedom bring even greater rewards in the larger work that you now undertake to promote freedom throughout the world. Signed, Lyndon B. Johnson, President. This is the Medal of Freedom, the highest award a president can bestow upon a citizen of the United States. I award it now to a loyal, brilliant, good man, Robert McNamara, the very best we have.
Mr. President, this is almost an impossible situation to respond to.
You're used to impossible situations. stand here tonight to tell you that I regard Bob McNamara here as not only one of the smartest, but one of the most humane men I know.
One, put the men in. 2, call up the reserves and extend tours of duty. And 3, expand the bombing.
Mr. President, I cannot find the words to express what lies in my heart today. And I think I'd better respond at another time.
Mr. Clifford, does your acceptance of the job of Defense Secretary signal your interest in elected office?
It signals only my desire to serve a great president and a longtime friend. I am 61 years old, and I am sure this will finish me off.
It's been observed that in your views on Vietnam, you've changed from dove to hawk. Which are you?
I am not conscious of falling under any of those ornithological divisions.
I'll tell you this, he's no ostrich. I know of no man who'll call it as it is with such candor and judgment as this man, Clark Clifford. We got light at the end of the tunnel now.
It's probably a small attack, Mr. President. The embassy compound's been hit before.
Mr. Secretary, it's not just the embassy. Palace, legislature, airport, too.
Secretary Rusk, put on the speakerphone.
Go ahead, man. Dean, I've got the duty officer at the embassy, Alan Brandt. Mr. Brandt. Mr. Brandt, can you hear me? They're shooting right outside, Mr. Secretary. But outside of the embassy compound? Inside. They blew through the wall. They're at the doors.
Mr. Rustow, casualty report.
Do you have something to defend yourself with, Mr. Brandt? I'm at the window. They're below me. They see me. They're looking right at me. I've got to go, Mr. Secretary. I've got to go. I got to
Small attack. These are desperation moves, Mr. President. We've got them on the run.
It's not just Saigon.
The Viet Cong have launched surprise attacks on 36 of the 44 provincial capitals of South Vietnam. From the streets of Hue near the DMZ to the U.S. Embassy compound in Saigon, the casualty count on both sides has been unprecedented. The U.S. military says it is successfully beating back the Viet Cong attacks, but clearly they are paying an enormous price.
The enemy's well-laid plans went afoul. They tried to ignite revolution in the South, and they failed.
If this is a failure, God help us when they have a success.
I've given all the men, the planes, the guns, the bullets he said he needed. I thought we were winning this thing. Now Westmoreland says he wants 206,000 more troops. 206,000?
You'll have 750,000 there. 750,000 men in Vietnam.
Light at the end of the tunnel. And we don't even have a tunnel. We don't even know where the tunnel is. I want you to get Westmoreland here. Get your people together and look at this thing. We'll give them the boys that we have to, but on your recommendation.
You'll wait.
I'll wait, but not for long. If he needs them, what the hell am I supposed to do? Oh, Fran, get me an answer.
Give us these troops and we can seize the initiative.
It will just be more of the same. The enemy's taken 200,000 killed, and he'll take 200,000 more.
We've lost a tenth that many, and Americans are rioting in the streets.
They should be cheering. The Viet Cong lost. We were victorious.
That's true, Walt, but remember, they only committed 175,000 men to this offensive. Holding enough back to strike again.
That's right, damn it, and it could happen at any time. I say put the men in.
There are no more trained men.
We would ship raw troops and train them in the rear.
What rear? There is no rear in Vietnam anymore. I would hope we've at least learned that from this victory.
With 206,000 more men, we can go into Laos, Cambodia, North Vietnam, and cut out the supply route once and for all. We have never been given that authority.
Excuse me, General. Dean, you said the enemy committed 175,000 men to the offensive.
That's right, Clark.
And General Westmoreland says that they suffered 45,000 killed with a 1 to 3.5 killed to wounded ratio?
It's right here in my report.
We beat the pants off them.
Then how in hell do we justify to the public sending hundreds of thousands more men?
We tell them this, that we're within inches of victory. Inches.
45,000 killed, yes, General?
Yes, sir.
And 3.5 times that number are out of action?
It's in the report, Clark.
If there's 45,000 dead and 3.5 times that number...
160,000.
157,500 wounded, plus 45,000 dead.
General, according to you and General Westmoreland, we have killed and wounded 120% of the enemy. It's becoming more and more evident that an out-and-out military victory cannot be achieved with any strategy. So, these are my recommendations. 1, send Westmoreland only those forces that will satisfy his immediate needs. Wheeler has agreed to 22,000 plus the units previously approved and already scheduled for deployment. This would stave off immediate defeat while we move to negotiations. We realize that the settlement would not be favorable for Saigon and they would fight it. 2, the bombing. Wheeler, the other chiefs, and Walt Rostow all advocate hitting the remaining targets in Hanoi and Haiphong and mining and bombing the harbors. With the support of everyone else, I recommend a bombing halt.
I've told you, I'm not gonna stop the bombing. It keeps the lead out of our boys.
There's little evidence to support that, sir, and the bombing is going to be the single greatest issue in the presidential campaign. The perception is evolving out there that Eugene McCarthy is the peace candidate and you are the war candidate. If McCarthy has a good showing in New Hampshire, I think Bobby will throw his hat in. But he can't beat you if you're sitting at the peace table, do you
Peace
see?
table. Sell out South Vietnam. This is your advice.
If I could lay a plan to win the war before you...
I could have gone TV 3 weeks and explained all this to the American people. Huh? You were telling me it was a cut and run, admit defeat. The 20,000 American boys have died for nothing. The 20,000 American mothers weep for nothing.
The situation has changed since Tet.
Yes, it has. Tet was a failure. The enemy failed to overrun us. We are poised to win, and now it's only you and your people who are advising against the extra effort it'll take to turn 3 years of miserable war into victory.
And I'm telling you, there is no victory to be had. Not without measures that'll tear this country apart and bring down this administration. I told you to get out of Vietnam 3 years ago, Lyndon.
What about 2 years ago and 1? Hey, you shot down every bombing pause, backed every troop increase. Don't you dare!
Excuse me, Mr. President. My counsel has not deviated one whit. My every word, then as now, has been informed solely by my commitment to preserve your presidency and establish your place in this country's history.
Should have cleaned house November 63. Got rid of all of them. McNamara, Bundy, Conley warned me those fucking Kennedy lovers would be disloyal to me. All of them!
They only advised you, Mr. President. You decided. Against all your natural instincts. Against the whole of your life experience. You decided
Senator Eugene McCarthy, a dove on Vietnam, who was virtually unknown to voters of this state 2 months ago, has finished in a virtual tie with the sitting President of the United States, Lyndon Johnson. Since polls taken only a week ago predicted Johnson would win 2/3 of the vote and McCarthy only 11%, the senator's surprisingly high turnout has shocked the country.
I run because it is now unmistakably clear that we can change these disastrous, divisive policies only by changing the men who are now making them. I run because I am convinced that this country is on a perilous course, and because I have such strong feelings about what must be done, and I feel that I'm obliged to do all that I can.
Oh, I was there.
I run to seek new
I was there when you told your brother to go into that place. I was there. And now I'm paying for it day after day after day while you cut me to pieces. There's blood in your hands, you traitor!
Our troops are being killed by the bullets and the mines of the South. If by ending the bombing of the North, we can bring peace to South Vietnam, then we will save the lives of thousands of our young men and thousands of Vietnamese.
Yes, Mr. President.
I talked to Mills. He won't back a war surtax unless they go on TV and announce deep cuts. I want you to go up there and talk to everybody on Ways and Means.
I'm meeting with 5 of them in the morning, sir.
Take Ackley up with you. Back up the numbers. They don't believe anything out of the White House anymore.
That's a good idea. Anything else, Mr. President? Are you all right, Mr. President?
Yeah, I'm all right, Joe. Joe. Senator Kennedy's speech. Who wrote it for him?
This guy, Walensky, on his staff's been writing a lot of his stuff. I don't know, maybe Schlesinger, Sorensen?
Goodwin.
I think he was involved, yes.
All right, Joe, thanks.
Yes, sir.
I could never again raise my voice against the violence of the oppressed in the ghettos without having spoken first clearly to the greatest purveyor of violence in the world today, my own government.
The largest anti-war demonstrations yet brought hundreds of thousands of protesters to the streets of America's cities. The radicals say that since peaceful demonstrations won't end the war, they're ready to move from protest to resistance. With talk of full-scale rebellion sweeping the country from college campuses to the inner cities, the mood is turning ugly. And there's a dangerous sense that the nation's political life is spinning out of control.
For it seems now more certain than ever that the bloody experience of Vietnam is to end in a stalemate. This summer's almost certain standoff will either end in real give and take negotiations or terrible escalation. But it is increasingly clear to this reporter that the only rational way out then will be to negotiate, not as victors, but as an honorable people who lived up to their pledge to defend democracy and did the best they could. This is Walter Cronkite. Good night.
Say what you think.
All right. It's tough and effective, but the music in it is sad and sour to the ear. And I don't know that any speechwriter could have made it sing.
I got 100 bills in committee. They'll never see the light of day. But I think I could pass 1,000 bills. More education, more health care, more rights. But it wouldn't matter. Because it seems nothing I say, no matter how I say it, can ever bring this country together again.
Then perhaps eloquence of speech is no longer the answer, but eloquence of action.
Mr. Secretary.
Would you be kind enough to make sure that the president sees that this evening?
Clark?
Lady Bird, I'd promised that he'd have those budget figures by the end of the day.
Oh, he's right inside.
No, I won't disturb him. Thank you. Good night.
Clark. Clark, I've got the speech here. I need your help with it.
You know that I'm at your service, Mr. President.
I know, old friend. Good evening, my fellow Americans. Tonight, I want to speak to you of peace in Vietnam and Southeast Asia. We are prepared to move immediately towards peace through negotiations. We are substantially reducing the present level of hostilities, and we are doing so unilaterally and at once. Tonight, I have ordered our aircraft and our naval vessels make no more attacks on North Vietnam, except in the area north of the demilitarized zone, where the continuing enemy buildup directly threatens Allied forward positions. The area in which we are stopping our attacks includes almost 90% of North Vietnam's population and most of its territory. Our purpose in this action is to bring about a reduction in the level of violence that now exists. It is to save the lives of brave men and to save the lives of innocent women and children. Now, as in the past, the United States is ready to send its representatives to any forum at any time to discuss the means of bringing this ugly war to an end. There is a division in the American House now. There is divisiveness among us all tonight. With America's sons in the fields far away, with America's future under challenge right here at home, with our hopes and the world's hope for peace in the balance every day, I do not believe that I should devote an hour or a day of my time to any personal partisan causes or to any duties other than the awesome duties of this office. Presidency of your country. Accordingly, I shall not seek, and I will not accept the nomination of my party for another term as your president. But let men everywhere know, however, that a strong and a confident and a vigilant America stands ready tonight to seek an honorable peace, and stands ready tonight to defend an honored cause, whatever the prize, whatever the burden, whatever the sacrifice that duty may require. Thank you for listening. Good night, and God bless you all.